රයිස් වලින් හදපු ලංකාවේ එකම ක්‍රැකර් එක බන්චි කොමේ දැන් රස 6කින්.
For the first time in the country's history, the Sri Lankan rupee hit a record low for an 8th straight session yesterday, falling to an all-time low of 169 rupees per dollar before closing at 170 rupees. The rupee has weakened 4.5% so far this month, after 1.2% drop last month, and has declined 9.9% so far this year. As a measure to curb the depreciation of the rupee, experts point out that it would be pivotal to increase exports and curb imports to address the widening trade deficit. According to the CBSL, the June trade deficit was the lowest recorded this year, but the growth in import expenditure had outpaced the increase in export earnings. Export earnings grew 3.8% to $1.24 billion in June this year compared to 2017, while import expenditure increased 18.1% to $1.81 billion. It is in this backdrop that the CBSL said with the upward tax revision on small vehicle imports are expected to decelerate in the coming months. Once again, on the 19th of this month, issuing a communique, the CBSL announced that the Monetary Board of the CBSL imposed a 100% margin deposit requirement against letters of credit opened with commercial banks for the import of vehicles as a result of global financial market volatility and generalized pressure on currencies of emerging market economies. However, as the rupee continued to plunge, it is no surprise that the price of imported vehicles are seeing an increase. Associations importing vehicles expressed views on the depreciation of the rupee.
If we take an unregistered imported vehicle valued at 3 million rupees, we can expect prices to increase by 250,000 rupees. In this case, imported vehicles can expect a price hike of 8%. We held discussions and decided that we will sell our current stock of vehicles at the prevailing rates. When taking into consideration the current market, in the future we are expecting the rupee to depreciate further against the dollar, which will reach up to 200 rupees. This means vehicles selling at 3 million rupees will increase by 600,000 rupees.
Few days back, the central bank brought in a ruling to have 100% margin for all the LCs established for motor vehicles. That was brought in purely to control the imports of motor vehicles. Therefore, the central bank is expecting to have a control on the US dollar. At the same time, with this present increase on the US dollar, the cost of a motor vehicle, which is around 7.5 million, would go up by about 2 to 300,000 rupees. That is purely with this rupee devaluation. And I think we also, as importers, should support the steps taken by the central bank to overcome this problem. There will be a operational cost for us because all this time we had been opening LCs on nil margin, and now we got to invest 100% margin on the LCs for all the motor vehicles.